Imagine that there is this organization and there is this service provider. They have totally different networks. Okay. And the requirement is that this service provider is basically a team of testers. So they want to test the website that organization has developed. But the thing is that that website is sitting in their network. For example, int.xyz.com. So you can see that this particular website that is running inside this organization can be accessed from the PCs that are located within that network only. But this testing provider wants to test this website int.xyz.com. How they can access this particular server which is sitting in this particular network. So if they try to access this URL, they will get nothing because this domain doesn't exist, right? It is not a public domain int.xyz.com. So how to fix this problem? So one way to fix it is that you can ask this organization to open the port, let's say 3000. So once that port is open, what this organization is gonna do is that is gonna enter into this network through that port, and then there will be a proxy server that will be running inside this organization. Okay, that proxy server will resolve these local URLs and then send the response back to the service provider. But the problem with opening this port is that since this port is open, all other malicious people can also enter through this port, right? Bad people can also enter into this particular organization through this port because it is open, so anyone can come in and attack these servers. So is there a way to access this particular servers without opening the port? To access this internal servers, what you can do is that you can create a tunnel. What is going to happen is that if you have got this testing provider and there is this organization. So testing provider is gonna give one script to this organization, and that script will have to be run on one of the laptops. Now organization trust this testing provider so they can run that script. So what that script is gonna do is that it is gonna create a proxy server, and also this testing provider what it is gonna do is that it is gonna create a VM. Okay, it is a public VM so anyone can access it. And this proxy server it is gonna make the tunnel with this particular public server, and this particular proxy server is sitting in this organization, so it is gonna resolve all the URLs that are internal in that organization. So from the testing providers network they are gonna hit the URLs, internal URLs like internal.xyz.com. Now this public VM is basically is having the tunnel with this proxy server, right? So all the traffic, all the HTTP requests that are coming in this public VM is basically tunneling through this proxy server. Okay. So if you type int.xyz.com, it is gonna use this tunnel and then request is gonna go to this proxy server. Now once the request is at the proxy server, since the proxy server is running inside this organization, it can resolve all the internal URLs. So it hits that internal server, gets the response, and that response is sent back to this public VM, and then from there it can go back to these browsers that are hitting that website. And all this is possible because of this tunnel, right? Now, how this tunnel is created. So basically, what happens is that on this public VM, we have got this SSH server, right? There is this proxy server. So basically, what we are going to do is that proxy server is going to make a connection to this SSH server, and it is called as a reverse tunnel. So basically, when some request comes on this public VM or the SSH server, it is actually going to the proxy server because of the port forwarding. So when the machines from the testing provider hit the URLs, it hits this particular public VM server, indirectly it is hitting the proxy server because of the tunnel. And once it is at the proxy server, it's all holy moly because this proxy server sits in this within this organization, right? So proxy server can resolve those URLs. And also this organization doesn't have to open any port. That problem is also solved for this organization's perspective. So this is how the tunnel can help you fix the issues when you're trying to access internal stuff within the organization.